Well, we survived the cold weekend, the really cold weekend.
The coldest day of the season, wind chills below zero. That forecast verified, and now we're looking forward after the sun we saw today. Hope you were able to enjoy it.
It was very nice to see.
We're not going to see much of that sun anytime soon. So we've got an active weather pattern. Initially, a bit of a little wintry precip over the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. Thereafter, we're going to be trending much warmer while our pattern remains unsettled. So right now, first alert live radar, Connecticut's only live radar. You see some blues that are popping up here or there. That is just some moisture aloft, nothing reaching the ground. We remain dry this evening. We have temperatures in the 30 to 35 degree range inland, mid-30s along the 95 corridor. Pretty uniform across the state. So certainly these are in line with what we consider typical or average for this time of year, but feels so nice compared to where those temps, of course, have been over the past couple of days, and certainly compared to this time yesterday, 10, 12 degrees warmer all across Connecticut, aided by a southwesterly wind. But that wind, regardless of direction, is making it feel a little bit chillier out there. Wind chill values between 25 and 30. So you still need that coat if you're heading out and about this evening. Our ICAM view from the hills of northwest Connecticut there. We are cloudy from Torrington as well as from Storrs and along the shoreline too in Old Saybrook. So there's still some lingering snow across Connecticut, of course. Melting got underway today. Tomorrow night, there's the potential for another coating inch or two in some spots. And then with the rain we're expecting later this week, rounds of rain, that lingering snow, we're not going to see much of that last, given the warmth and the rain that's coming. So again, looks like snow's moving throughout the northeast. Again, not much of this reaching the ground at the current time. And looking at the big picture, high pressure to our south on the back side of this, bringing in that milder flow. And that's why temperatures today made it up to above freezing. And then we've got this boundary to the north of us that's going to be dropping south with a little wave of low pressure going to ride along that. That's basically going to be the theme of the week, just little pulses of energy riding through the northeast, bringing us the rounds of rain, and based on how temperatures play out, dictate, of course, what type of precipitation. So we will eventually go over to an all wet kind of scenario, but in the meantime, we're just looking at that potential for a little snow or a wintry mix as we head late morning into the early afternoon hours of our Tuesday. So tomorrow morning's commute should be fine. It's tomorrow evening's commute where we've got just a little coating out there where we could see some slick conditions under tire and underfoot. The waves of precip continue tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning, and as temperatures trend milder on Wednesday, we'll look for any wintry precip or snow to go back over to rain before ending, and then we got another round of rain coming by the Wednesday evening commute. So again, a coating to an inch or two away from Long Island Sound, and here's that round of rain coming in Wednesday evening. Showers, periods of rain into early Thursday, and then we get a break later Thursday before another round of rain comes in on Friday. So on our first alert 7-day forecast, again, didn't see much. We saw sun today. We're not going to see much of it going forward in time, perhaps a few intervals early in the day tomorrow. And as we head into Friday, temperatures could reach or exceed the 50-degree mark. And for the upcoming weekend, intervals of sun. Saturday, probably the better of the two weekend days. Temperatures cooler, but still above average for this time of year in the mid-40s. Sunday into Monday, our time frame of interest next up after this unsettled pattern, where we could be talking about a coastal storm impacting southern New England. Lots of uncertainty right now, but want to give you the first alert, the heads up to that possibility as of now, arriving late Sunday, perhaps a little wintry mix, then going over to some snow before ending Monday. Much more on that, of course, in the days ahead.
All right.